Dear students, before I have uploaded the structure concept. Now in this video I am going to explain the union concept. So already I uploaded the C language important questions in my YouTube channel. So now without wasting further time, so directly we are going to the union concept. Okay, so it's very important question, very important question. So now I am explaining the union. So just I am taking the pen. So now, so union. So what is union? A union is a union. A union is a user defined data type. So what is the definition of union? A union is a union is a collection of storing dissimilar type of values in a single variable. So in one variable we can store multiple values. Okay, so E is known as union. So this is the definition of the union. So union can be created with the union keyword. Okay, union keyword. So the syntax is very important in final exam. The syntax I am going to explain here. Syntax. So what is the syntax? Union name, union name, and the next data type. It is similar to the structure, only in place of only union name, there we have written structure name. So everything is same. Inside part will be, inner part will be same. So next here data type space member 2. So how many members you want, you can write that many members. So up to so on you can write. So I am writing here n members. I am writing data type space member n. So close this semicolon. So this is opening flower bracket and this is closing flower bracket. So after that you have to put the semicolon. So this is the syntax. Okay, so now I am going to explain. So what is union? Union, you know, it is a keyword. It is any valid name, and also you remember here you cannot give the union name as any keyword name. Keywords cannot be used as union name. You can give you any name. So whatever the rules we are following for writing a variable name, the same rules we have to follow for union also. Now I am explaining one example. So now I want to store student details now. So I am going to create a student union now. Union, so student. So I want to store the student roll number. So roll number generally it will be integer. So the name I want to store, the name I am char name of. So suppose I want to store 20 letters name of the student. So next close. So I am taking only two details here. So I have created one union. The name of the union is student, and the roll number I want to store the roll number and name of the student. So we can store many details, but I am taking only two details. Okay, now this is the syntax and this is the example of the union. Next I am going to the very important point. So that is whenever you know the same story which we discussed in structure. So whenever we create a union, whenever we create a union will not get any memory space, Sir, when the union will get the space means, so when we create until we create a union variable. So once you create a union variable, so immediately the union will get the memory space. This is a common point which we discussed in structure. So this is a thing you need to remember. So before also I explained one same example. If you want to construct a building, what is required? Plan is required. So once you see the plan, the building will not be exist. Okay, just a plan. Plan is there in paper now. So once by looking the plan, if you construct a building, then the building will come into the reality. So that is the difference between the union creation and union variable creation. So now the syntax I'm going to explain how to create a union variable. Okay, syntax for creating union variable. So it is simple. So exam also you need to write the same way. So I'm writing here union name, okay, followed by variable. So this is the syntax you have to write. So example, if I write example, you'll get a clarity now. So before what I created union, which union I created before? Student. If I'm writing S, now you tell me what is S? S is a variable. Suppose again I'm repeating the same story. Int A. What is A? A is a variable. Of which variable? Integer. How many values we can store? Only one value we can store. Okay. So here what is S? S is also a variable, but which variable? S is student variable. What is student here? Union. So instead of that, directly you can say S is a union variable. Why? Because which union variable means student union variable. So like that you need to remember. So clear now? Now the important points you need to remember: the memory size of the union. So what is the memory? If anyone is asking what is the size of the union means, you need to say, just I'm taking the pen. So here, what is the size of the union? The memory size of the union is, so integer how many bytes? Member 2 bytes. Now it is how many bytes? 20. So which member is having the highest? Which member? So how many members are there in the student union? 2 members. One is roll number and one is name. So who is having the highest size? 20. So that is the size of the union. But whereas in structure, what is the difference? Sum of the sizes of its members. It means 2 plus 20, 22 bytes. But here we are going to take whichever the member is having the highest size, that is the size of the union. So this is a point which we are going to write here. So now the same point I am going to repeat here. So this is a very important point you need to remember. So here I am writing here, okay, which member is having highest memory size, highest memory. So that is nothing but the size of the union. Okay, which member is having highest memory size, that is the size of the union. And next, in the very important point, these two are very important points. These are the 2 points which are different in structure. So in union, all the members okay, all the members are having common memory location. So these are very important points, locations. So what is the meaning? So example, you just now we created one variable S now. So S will be created. So how many bytes of memory will be allocated in S? So the size of the memory is 20, because name we have given 20. So the size of the union is 20 bytes. Okay. So listen, in this structure also I'm comparing. Same S we created in structure, but what is the size of the structure there? 26 bytes. But the 26 bytes are divided into 3 parts. One is for rule number, one is for name, and one is for percentile. But here it will not divide, it will take only one space only. What is the size of the union here? 20 bytes. So what are the details I'm going to store? Rule number. So once if I store rule number, so at a time you can store only one value. If you store rule number, you cannot store name. Suppose if you store name, so what will happen? Rule number will be erased. So rule number will be, suppose name, so whichever the value you entered recently, that value will be stored. So it means at any point of time you can store only one value. If you are storing rule number, after that if you are storing the name, the rule number will be erased. After that name, if you are storing one more rule number, name will be erased. So it means we can only the same location, the 20 bytes of memory will be used by rule number and name, but not at same time one after the other. So that is the difference you need to remember. So the same thing, and I am going to explain with one program. So this is a program you need to remember. So please focus on this program. hash include stdio.h. next include hash include conio.h. the same thing I am going to explain with practical. So void main, so I am writing here, suppose I am going to clr scr. So here what I will write here, union, what is the union I am going to create, student union I am creating here. So what details I am going to store, int rule want to store, and next I want to store the name, char name of 20. So it is your choice, 20 or 30 or so this is a character array, string array. Okay, so close this semicolon. So how to create a union variable, union, okay, student yes. Okay, so at the time of creating structure, directly we have assigned the value, but we cannot do with the union, because in union only one block will be created. In that block only we have to store rule number. So in that same block we have to store the name. So whereas in structure every value will be stored in its individual locations. So this is the one important point you need to remember. So I think up to here the concept is clear to you. So now what I will do, I will ask the user to enter the rule number, printf. I'll write here printf enter rule number. By reading the message, what user will do, he will enter the rule number. So what I will do, scanf, what you will enter, rule number is which variable, integer variable, integer format specifier is %d. So where that value has to be stored, s dot rule number. Why I am writing s dot, that reason I have explained in already in structure video, because the rule number is a member of s. So whenever you want to access any member of a student, that can be done with the help of s dot rule number. So after entering the rule number, that will be stored in student rule number. So here that value will be stored. So next I need to ask the user. So immediately what you do, production consumption. So immediately you print rule number is equal to %d. Sir, why sir you are entering and you are storing and you are printing? If you don't print, if you enter other value, the previous value we are going to lose. So how to print, s dot rule number. Next again what we have to do, we need to ask the user to enter name. By reading the message, what user will do now, he will enter the name. Now how we will enter in the name, scanf, and name is nothing but a string na. We have to use %s comma %s dot name we have to say. So why I am writing %s dot why, because it is not, suppose if I am writing int a, so what you will do, if you want to enter the value, so what you will write here, generally what you will write, a printf enter any value, something you will write, close. So scanf, how you will write, scanf, what you will write here, %ld comma %a you will write. So here you are writing directly %a, but here why I am writing s dot name, because why we are writing s dot name, because it is not direct variable. This is not a direct variable, it is a part of student, variable. Okay, so whenever you want to access any member of student, that has to be accessed with s dot. So it means the name is a member of student, so it will go to the student and it will go to here. So that is what is happening. So now immediately what you need to do, print the value, printf, what you will write here, %s, okay, sorry, name you write, if you want name is equal to %s double quotation comma s dot name we have to write. Okay, and after this write get ch and close. So this is a concept of union. So the same thing I'm going to show you as a practical concept. So once you do this program, so just I'm opening the Turbo C software. So once within 2 more minutes I will be completing this concept. So it is very important. In the next video will be the difference between structure and union. So compulsory in final exam you will get one question, either structure or union, or else difference is one compulsory, one question you will get in exam. So please just to learn the concept, just wait a minute, I am opening the Turbo C software. Now I am starting the Turbo C. So what are the program which I explained just now, the same thing I am going to show you as a practical, so that you will get a clarity. So I am closing all these screens. Okay, I am taking just to go to the file, open new. So already some other program is there, just we need to erase this program. So just I am removing this. So what I will do, directly I'll go to the CLR SCR. So I will write here, I will write union is student. Okay, so next I write int roll number, next char, you have to write char. Now name of 20. So it is your choice, 20 or 25 or 50 now. So it means we can it will accept maximum 20. Now we need to create a union variable. How to create union variable? Union, okay, student s. What is s here? Union variable. So I will, what I will need to do, printf I will say enter the roll number, okay, /n, so double quotation, semicolon. Next what I will write here, scanf, so percent double quotation. So what you write, %d double quotation close, ampersand s dot roll number, okay, and close semicolon. So after this what we have to do, immediately we have to print the value. So what I will write here, roll number is equal to %d double quotation, comma, s dot roll number, After this we have to enter the, we are okay, correct one. Next we have to enter printf, and it asks the user to enter name, /n double quotation close semicolon. So I need to use the scanf statement. So I cannot enter both roll number and name at same time. Why? Because only one location is, suppose only one place is there. So at a time I cannot, suppose example one classroom is there and Bcom general students are there and Bcom computer students are there. So now I want to take the class for one class, Bcom general now. So I will call Bcom general, so only one room is there, so I'll call the Bcom general students, and I'm taking the class now. At the same time I cannot call Bcom computer students, okay. Room is one, that same room is shared by Bcom general and Bcom computers by using the time. Suppose 9 to 10 Bcom general class will be there, so that time the Bcom general students are entering into the class. Once the 10 o'clock completes now, then 10 to 11 the Bcom computer students will enter now. So now what is happening, at a time either one class is only going on, either Bcom general or computer. So that is what you need to remember. So the %s double quotation compulsory, you write ampersand s dot you can write here name, close this. Next again you print the value, printf. So here you write name is equal to Now percentile s comma s dot name. Okay, then compile the program, so you will not get any errors, and execute the program. So now you see it is asking enter any rule number. Suppose I am entering 123, so it is asking enter your name. Suppose I am entering the name is Kumar or something, then you will get name is equal to Kumar. So we cannot enter both the details at same time. So this is the difference between the structure and union. So the next video will be difference between structure and union. So please subscribe my channel Anu Computer Education. Thank you.